Join me as I dive into the challenge of staying faithful in the digital age and see if I can stick to my values while navigating social media. In this video, you'll explore the challenges Christians face in maintaining their faith amidst the distractions and temptations of the online world. Social media, in particular, can be a major obstacle to staying faithful. We're constantly bombarded with information, and it's easy to get caught up in the latest trends and controversies. Before we know it, we've spent hours scrolling through our feeds, and our spiritual focus has taken a backseat. Additionally, the endless options for online content can also be a distraction. We can access any type of media, from TV shows to podcasts, with just a few clicks. And if we're not careful, our spiritual growth can take a hit as we indulge in these distractions. iTunes and digital distractions are everywhere, and it's hard to avoid them. But as Christians, we need to be intentional about how we use our time online. We need to prioritize our spiritual growth and make sure we're not compromising our values in the process. Furthermore, the digital age has also made it easier for us to compare our lives with others. We see the highlight reels of our friends' and acquaintances' lives on social media, and it's easy to feel like we don't measure up. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and discontent, which can further weaken our spiritual commitment. The digital age has also brought about a cultural shift that can impact our faith. Many of the values and norms promoted online are at odds with Christian principles, and it can be difficult to resist the influence of secular culture. With the internet at our fingertips, we have access to unlimited information and conflicting viewpoints. And while this can be a blessing in many ways, it can also be overwhelming and lead to spiritual confusion. Moreover, the digital age has changed the way we interact with our communities. We're no longer limited to our physical surroundings, and we can connect with people from all over the world. But this can also make us feel disconnected from our local faith communities, which can be detrimental to our spiritual growth. I want to share with you a powerful testimony that illustrates a turning point for someone who navigated their faith in the digital landscape successfully. A friend of mine, who's a strong Christian, found herself struggling to stay committed to her faith in college. She was surrounded by conflicting viewpoints, and social media was making her feel like she wasn't good enough. But one day, she realized that she needed to take control of her online activities and prioritize her spiritual growth. She started setting boundaries for herself, limiting her social media use, and seeking out Christian content that inspired her. She also found a community of like-minded believers online who encouraged and supported her. And as she focused on her spiritual growth, she found that her faith began to flourish in ways she never thought possible. This experience taught her that it's possible to stay faithful in the digital age, but it requires intentionality and commitment. She learned to use technology to her advantage, seeking out resources that strengthened her faith rather than weakened it. Through this experience, she realized that staying faithful in the digital age is not about eliminating technology from our lives, but about being mindful of how we use it. We need to acknowledge the challenges and take steps to overcome them, rather than letting them control us. This story inspires me, and I hope it inspires you as well. Wrap up by summarizing how Christians can remain steadfast in their beliefs despite the digital challenges, emphasizing the importance of community, prayer, and intentionality. So, how can we as Christians remain faithful in the digital age? It's not about avoiding technology altogether, but about being intentional with our time online. It's about seeking out Christian community and content that inspires us, and prioritizing our spiritual growth above all else. Encourage viewers to comment on their own experiences and struggles with faith in the digital age, and don't forget to check out our next video on practical tips for staying spiritually focused online. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What are some of your biggest struggles with faith in the digital age? And don't forget to check out our next video for some practical tips on staying spiritually focused online.